The vast majority of German engines and units in TSW2 are electrics, with very few diesels in the game. This video is my attempt to shine a spotlight on the 3 German diesel locomotives and 1 German DMU that we currently have in TSW2. First up is the Deutsche Bahn BR204, a centre-cab diesel that first appeared in 1966. Over 800 of these things were built, and their original classification was Deutsche Reichsbahn BR114. With the reunification of Germany in the early 1990s, they were reclassified as the Deutsche Bahn BR204, and many of them are still used on shunting and light freight duties. The BR204 was brought to TSW by Rivet Games, and is used solely as an additional locomotive for the Main-Spessart Bahn. Even then, the engine's use is severely limited, because you only get 4 scenarios and only 7 new timetable mode services with this add-on. Next is the DB BR363, part of the V60 family. These were a large fleet of small 060 diesel shunters, and at least 942 of them were built between 1956 and 1964. If my research is correct, none of these engines were built as BR363s, but the ones that are now classified as such were fitted with newer Caterpillar prime movers and remote control in the late 1990s. The BR363 actually appears in 2 liveries here in TSW2, with the initial add-on for Ruhr-Sieg Nord only including DB Traffic Red. More recently, Dovetail added this older blue and white livery, which is included with the Nahverkehr Dresden and Tharandter Rampe routes. Now we come to the DB BR612, which is the only German diesel multiple unit currently in the game. 192 of these 2-car tilting units were built between 1998 and 2003, and they're used primarily on regional services along non-electrified routes. Despite this, the BR612 comes with the Dresden to Chemnitz route, which is entirely electrified. Surely we should have at least one diesel-only German route in the game. The last locomotive we're looking at today is the Vossloh G6, which is by far the most modern locomotive in the lineup, and quite a contrast to the BR363 we looked at earlier. The G6 design first appeared in 2008, and at least 130 of them have been built since then. They're often owned by private companies and leased out to other operators as and when needed. This recreation in TSW2, made by Trainsim Germany, is depicted as a Deutsche Bahn shunter rented directly from Vossloh themselves. In all honesty, I think the G6 is a very odd-looking locomotive, especially given the lack of side rods. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this look at some of the less obvious examples of German motive power. Please consider checking out my other videos about these engines, mostly the ones in which I take them for a spin. Take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.